Welcome everybody, Farm Sim Snowy here. In this video we're going to look at a new mod map released for Farmer Simulator 19. This is Poppy Plains, or Les Plaines du Coquelicot, according to the picture in the mod hub. Probably murdered that. This is by AGModding. As you can see, it's 214.36 megabytes to download. And the description there says Poppy Plains is a fictional map inspired by a region of France located in the heart of Picardy in the Somme. Fields come in all sizes. One breeding farm, cows, 2 points of sale, one breeding farm, hen, pork, so chickens and pigs, one BGA, sleep function, fast forward time, and resetting vehicles on the farm. Now, I'm recording this after I've recorded the map tour, and I forgot to mention the resetting vehicles on the farm. So it's quite good, because if you buy anything from the shop, you could potentially sort of cheat and you could reset it and it appears back at your main farm. Or if you do reset anything, it doesn't reset at the shop, it will reset at the main farm. So that said, let's jump in, have a tour around the map and see what it's like. So here we are. This is where you start off in all three modes. There's a few issues already I've found with this map. I do quite like the look of this map and the layout of some of the things, especially this main farm, but there's a few issues I've found, so it's definitely going to need an update, I would have thought, but we'll cover those in a second. So this is the actual map. It's quite a nice big map, as you can see. Got quite a lot of forestry dotted around the outside of the map, which you can access. It's a mixture of all sort of different trees, those horrible birch sort of trees that are a pain to cut down and trim up. There's all sorts of different ones in there, but we start off down here by our main farm. But obviously, like I said, I'm in new farmer mode. So in new farmer mode we start off with all of this, which looks a bit of a mess at the minute. So this is where the first issue is. It's quite a big issue, I would have thought, especially for some people. So in new farmer mode, we start off obviously owning our main farm. We get field 47, 39, 28, which is just sort of, you can just see the slightly darker green there. So it's not all of that. Field 21, which again is sort of on the angle there and then comes around. And field 6, which is all well and good. Start off with the BGA. Excellent again, and we start off with the second farm, which has got the pigs and chickens in. But if we click on the farm area, as you can see, all of this area turns blue. The outside of the map, even field 6, this little bit in the middle, the second farm where the pigs and the chickens are, all the areas where the sell points are. And look at the price of it, 9,475,128, which is great, because if you're in new farmer mode, you could sell that off and you get 9,475,000, but you will lose the main farm area, you will lose the second farm area, you will lose field 6. So in other words, if you come on here on the other two modes, farm manager and start from scratch, because you don't start off with any land, you start off with the same starting equipment, but you don't start off with any land in those two modes. To buy this main farmyard area, or this second farm, if you want to do pigs and chickens, or even if you want to use the BGA, it's going to cost you 9 million euros, pounds or dollars, whatever you're playing on. So that is the first issue, which I think is mad, really. So that you know, that's probably going to need an update to be sorted out, because you're going to have trouble with placing anything, because you're not going to be able to afford to buy that unless you use the government subsidy sign, cheap money, and etc. like that. You also don't start off with any silo, which is a bit odd. So again, if you wanted to start your own sort of farm, you'd probably end up having to buy one of the fields and starting sort of that way. Just turn one of the fields into a big farmyard area. That's probably going to be the cheaper way, but that definitely needs sorting out. The field prices though aren't too bad. So the fields that we do own, field 47's 119,000, 39's 241, 28 as you can see is a lot smaller than this main area, 135, 21 248,000, and obviously 6 becomes part of that area, which is madness. 19's nice and small, that's 24,000. That's quite a big one. 24, 485, so on and so forth. There is no custom crops on here. It's just your standard crops like in the game. So we start off here. We've got a sleep trigger farmhouse, which I do like. I love it the way it's sort of sunk into the ground. That's really cool. This farmhouse, the sleep trigger, isn't here on the other two modes. Obviously the farmhouse is, but there's no sleep trigger. The sleep trigger is just down here by the garage. And again, just round the back, I've noticed this bit here is floating, the sort of patio area. So again, another, I know they're only little things I'm going to point out. Obviously the outside of the map for 9 million is quite a big issue. Another issue I saw, well, it's not an issue really, I am nitpicking a little bit. I had my help menu on when I first come on here to test everything. When I got near here, can you see the field chaff compacting come up? I thought, oh, do we start off with some chaff? But then I noticed it says 0, so it's not. And all this area is sort of built up. I mean, you probably couldn't even get up there to tip in. It's very tight. But I think the trigger just comes up a bit too, you see. I don't know why it comes up in this area. But you have got 2 bunker silos there, as you can see. So I'll turn that back off. And then we come round, we've got some shed space with all our equipment in, which we'll go through in a second. I'll show you around the main farm first. This is part of the cow pasture out here, which is, I really like this. It sort of bends all the way round, comes through there, and they will appear out in all these areas. They will walk right the way round behind that back of that shed. So that's pretty cool. This bit here, you can get solid and liquid fertilizer from here. You do have to pay for it, but you can get that from there. There's some more shed space just there. And then we've got an absolutely huge shed in here, as you can see. There's no lights in here, or at least I couldn't find any. And then this is part of your cow pasture just here. So you've got your animal dialogue box here. This will hold 200 cows, which again I think is a little bit disappointing when you see the size of the pasture. Because if I quickly go into landscaping mode, they've got all this area here to come through. And it's absolutely quality little, you know, well, it's not little, but quality pasture. I do like it. So it's a little bit disappointing that it only holds 200 cows. But if we come in here, you've got your slurry point there, and you've got your water point just there. There is a gate there, so you can come in from the road and drive right in to access all of this. Your feed and your straw trigger is just through there, and then just down the back there is the milk trigger. Their manure spawned for me just roughly around here, and obviously any mess they make will appear out through there like so. So let's run back round here and we'll talk about our equipment. So like I say, in all three modes you start off with this equipment, and the slot count's the same as well. So in all three modes you get all of this, and it's 477 slots. If you were to sell everything of this, you can get that down to 398. So you start off with a Case Puma 185 CVX, the New Holland TX32, got the Agroliner TKD 302 trailer, header for a harvester, we've got a horse cultivator, and we've got the Vadestat seeder, and that is all you get. So you don't get a lot, you don't get a silver spoon in your mouth, which is pretty good. So what we'll do is we'll come out of the farm and we'll go sort of clockwise round. There's only a few sell points. You've got two main sell points, which is the Unil, I think that's how you say it. So they're going to be your main sort of sell points there, as you can see. We've got Laterie, which I know is milk. That'll just do your milk. And then we've got Commerce de Bastille, which I think on Google translated to cattle trader, I think it was, or cattle trade. That's going to do cotton, eggs, wool, and then your silage, grass, hay and straw. And then you got the BGA, which is a standard BGA, just does your standard things. As you can see, no custom crops, like so. Another issue, I've just looked at my notes and noticed there was one modded in item, which is a cow pasture, 300,000 to buy. Now when I was testing, I clicked on this, well it's not letting me do it now, but when I clicked on it, what I'll do is I'll take a loan out, bring some money in, but I clicked on it. For one, it doesn't even show when you're trying to place it, like most of them do. And then when I did place it in one of my fields, it just wasn't there. There was nothing there at all. Yeah, it took all my money. It took 300,000. So let's quickly borrow. I could have set this up before we started, but I didn't want you to think I was coming on with loads of money. So I just wanted to show you this. So yeah, look, it's not even showing. And if I do place it, which I will do because it won't ruin the map tour, it takes my 300,000, look, and there's nothing there. And then if we go into the map, it's not even showing anything there. That's where we placed it in field 47. So that's another issue I spotted. So be careful. Let's drop that off. Right, so we'll head out of the farm, take a left, and then we'll go left again. But I must admit, I do like it. It's a nice layout, a map. It's got some nice little features and touches, all the little road signs like that telling you where to go. There's no traffic on here, so you can drive like a maniac if you wish. All of the fields you start off with in New Farmer, there's nothing in them, they're all cultivated like that, but they all need ploughing as well, so that's another thing to bear in mind. But yeah, it's a shame really, because I think this has got quite a lot of potential. And I thought where it being called poppy fields, there might be like a new crop, you might be able to do poppies, but it's not. It's literally, you jump out, it's just all poppies dotted around the map like this, which obviously does make it nice and pretty. So we'll come up here, just in front of us is the first of one of the main sell points, the Unil, or whatever they're called. Just in through there under the arches, like so. Those gates are always open, as with all the other gates on the map. I did wonder if they was shut and they only opened at a certain time, but I came on here and tested it all out. There's our other field to the right, look, nicely cultivated, ready to go with some crops in. And then just up here we've got our second sort of farm where the pigs and chickens are. If we leave that, so this is the pigs. You've got your slurry point there. This is your dialogue box. This will hold 300 pigs. Your straw triggers just inside there. Feed troughs just there. They will appear out in this pen. They don't go anywhere else. You've got a water trough just there. And then the manure's just behind. Again, nice loads of shed space. We'll just drive round, we'll be lazy and drive round to the chickens. Just over to the left there's a little bit more of a shed space there. So now the chickens. Pretty easy and straightforward chickens are. You've got your dialogue box just there. This will hold 400 chickens. Feed trough just there. They'll all appear out there. And again, I do like this chicken pen, it's quite nice. You can't go in any of these doors, they're like sliding doors, they don't open though. And then the eggs, where's the tractor gone? The eggs, you might have spotted the little hazard marked area. The eggs will appear just there in that little hazard area, like so. So we'll carry on round. Yeah, it does look nice. It's got a nice feel about it. It's just a shame, but if they do the update and they get it right, this could be a nice little map. It's got a nice distance texture. You guys know I like a good distance texture. Your wind turbines in the background. This is quite narrow, this little track, hence why I keep going off of it. Again, there's field 6, look, needs crop in there, but it's been cultivated. And then just in here we've got a few things on top of each other. Just down the end there we've got a sell point. Let's show you what we did. We came out of the main farm, turned left up here to the main, one of the main sell points up here, check the chickens and the pigs out all the way along here. Now we're here, so we're at Commerce de Bastou, which is just in front of us. We've got a fuel point just there to the right, bit of shed space here, and then you've got your vehicle workshop trigger, your shop icon menu just there, and then right in front of us there we've got a lime station, which is pretty good. So you've got access to lime and fertilizer on this map, which is handy. And then your BGA, which I quite like again, something different. You've got 2 bunker silos, and you've got like the container BGA digester just there, and then your digester pipe just in front of us. Just something different that is, I quite like that. I know it's been on maps before, but it doesn't feature very often, that one. So if we head down this way, again this is one of our fields to the right. You've got to try and navigate your way around all those electricity pylons, which is quite nice. There's no collisions on these poles here, you can drive straight through them. Obviously the trees and these poles will be like that. And then just up here in front of us is the second of the main sale points, the other Unil. This one's got a sort of one-way system going on. So if we pull in there. Now, I pulled up here and I don't know if you can see that sort of red glow on that pole. I thought, I wonder what that is. I thought it was, I don't know, some sort of jet wash maybe. And it looks like a switch, but I can't, you know, nothing's coming up. When I put the help menu on, went all different sort of angles to it, nothing was happening. I thought, oh, that'd be quite cool if that was some sort of unique jet wash. Anyway, it isn't, or if it is, it's not working properly. So this is the sort of way you're meant to go round, whether you do or not, it's up to you. And then just bump up in there like that. That is the second of the main sail point. So we came out of this area and we came all the way down. We're now at Unil. We'll come down past a few little houses, take a hard right all the way along, and we'll finish up there, which is your milk sell point and your animal dealer. I don't think you can go in any of these doors. Oh, yes you can. See, there's another switch there, look. I didn't even test this actually. So whether that is light switches, I'm guessing it is. So again, it's probably going to need updating. So there is a few issues going on with this map, but can you go on this one? So you got some more storage space up here, which is pretty good. Store whatever you like in there. Right, let's carry on. So yeah, that's interesting to find out if that is a switch for something there. Then we just go past these few little houses, bit of residential area. Then just across in front of us is our main farm where we started off. So if we carry on along here, one of our other fields just coming up on the right. Again, been cultivated, nothing growing in there. A couple more little houses. You could always use one of them as a sleep trigger, put like the doormat down or the pillow we've got now. That's quite a big field, that 39. There's contracts available on here as well. Just looking down at my notes. Didn't mention that, I don't think. And then these two are pretty much right on top of each other. So you've got your milk sell point just here, and then also your dialogue box just like that. See, that's interesting. You know, we put that cow pasture down, we've got two of those now, so it's showing two in the dialogue box, but there isn't actually one on the map. So there you go, that is an issue, but that is it. Hopefully that gets all fixed, because like I said, it's a nice little map, got some potential. So I hope you have all enjoyed the map tour. If you have, please give us a like, and if you haven't subscribed yet, then please do. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.